If there is one part of the season NBA fans look forward to, it's the off-season trades. Now that the 2020-21 season has reached its end, it can only mean one thing. The league has begun its off-season moves. Rumors have been going around within the league from players, coaches, and sports newscasters on the trades that are likely to happen this season. So today, we're going to take a look at new NBA trades that you need to know about. But before we get into it, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications for this channel. Kawhi Leonard, Los Angeles Clippers. Leonard is one of the Clippers' top priority players, and losing him isn't something they can avoid this season. Sadly, due to a knee injury, Leonard couldn't play his next 8 games, which resulted in the Clippers losing the Western Conference Finals to the Phoenix Suns. Despite major health and load management concerns that have shelved him for a significant number of games in each of his past 4 seasons, Leonard is the kind of talent who would take any team up a tier and move several to contender status. Other teams see his potential, and they'll certainly make a run for him this season. Dallas Mavericks and Miami Heat are the top contenders for the trade. The fact that he is likely to opt out does not mean that he would leave the Clippers, but he's certainly going to hear other team offers and weigh his options. One thing we know for sure is the Clippers can't bear parting ways with Kawhi Leonard at this time, not when they have to let go of Reggie Jackson and Nicholas Batum. The LA Clippers will certainly find a way to save Leonard from the Miami Heat, who are coming in really hot for Kawhi Leonard. Colin Sexton, Cleveland Cavaliers. Based on the trade rumors, the Cavaliers are looking to trade Sexton to add a lottery pick for this year's draft to go with their number 3 overall picks. Truth is, Sexton has been a successful player on an unsuccessful team, so he could really use a trade. According to reports, the Boston Celtics and Miami Heat are top contenders for the star player, Andre Drummond. One thing to note about NBA trades is that some players are pricey and far too important to trade. As it is, the Cleveland Cavaliers could be Andre Drummond's home for a while. After hours of phone calls, an abundance of research, and lengthy conversations with a multitude of Andre Drummond suitors, there was a growing sense that a trade would be too complicated and unlikely. The Cleveland Cavs kept trying hard to find other teams, but his bulky $28.7 million contract severely limited the number of realistic trade partners. There was interest. Sources say the Cavs were in talks with the Toronto Raptors and Dallas Mavericks, among others, throughout the deadline day. Cleveland was prepared to use Drummond as a way to facilitate at least one of the bigger Kyle Lowry deals, but it never came about. Drummond is projected to become a prime trade target for contenders that need interior help now and cap space this summer, and his early season stat line, 20.3 points, 14.7 rebounds, 4.0 assists, 2.7 steals, 1.7 blocks, hasn't disappointed. Cleveland is now 7-4 in games Drummond has played in dating back to last season and could re-sign him for a reasonable amount after centers like Serge Ibaka, Montrezl Harrell, and Tristan Thompson only signed for the mid-level exception. While Cleveland may still listen to offers for the 4-time rebounding champ, don't assume Drummond will be moved. Lonzo Ball, New Orleans Pelicans. The Pelicans may not be holding on to Lonzo Ball for very long, as some teams have shown interest in a trade. The Chicago Bulls tops the list, and we can really see this trade happening, as the Pelicans are ready to trade Lonzo Ball to the Chicago Bulls for Lauri Markkanen. The Bulls need a point guard, and the Pelicans could use Markkanen on their team. Since both of these players are restricted free agents, they would have to sign with their current teams before being traded. Also, Ball is interested in signing with the Knicks this summer, and according to reports, the Knicks are on Lonzo's radar. Ben Simmons, Philadelphia 76ers. If you recognize this name easily, I have to say you are one religious NBA fan, and if you don't, you need more TV time. Ben Simmons has headlined the storyline of the NBA offseason this summer. Simmons shot 25 for 73, 34% from the line in the playoffs, and missed 27 alone against the Hawks. He is a 5 for 34 career 3-point shooter over 4 NBA seasons, and shot at least 60% from the foul line each of the last 3 regular seasons. Basically, Simmons was a major disappointment in the Sixers' 7-game loss to the Atlanta Hawks, where from games 4 to 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals, Simmons did not even attempt a shot. The question on everyone's lips is whether the Sixers would like to keep him as a key member of the team or trade him. Some teams are looking to trade Simmons. The Golden State Warriors would not hesitate to have him on their team. The Minnesota Timberwolves are a major contender for Simmons, and if he's cast out of the Sixers, they are ready to sign all documents to make him theirs. In all, Simmons is a good player, and if the Sixers decide to cut him off, he'll have other teams waiting to acquire his services. Dennis Schroder, Los Angeles Lakers. He may be a good player, but after his disastrous playoff performance for the LA Lakers, it's clear that he's not the right fit to play alongside superstars LeBron James and Anthony Davis. The Lakers offered a 4-year, $84 million extension to Schroder, which he turned down. Currently, Schroder is looking for between $100 and $120 million on a contract. In no way does this mean that the dynamic point guard is going to get that, considering how poorly he performed in the 2021 NBA playoffs first round. The Lakers may not be willing to accept his proposal, but other teams are hunting for his potential. Teams like the New York Knicks, Orlando Magic, and New Orleans Pelicans are willing to enter such contracts this season. Carmelo Anthony, Portland Trail Blazers. We all know Melo. He's one of the NBA's top stars. Although he's had a rough career for the past 5 years and almost retired from the league, the Portland Trail Blazers were able to save his career when they got him in 2019. But as it stands, the Trail Blazers may not have him for very long. In an interview, Anthony shared his hopes of retiring with the Portland Trail Blazers, but when a team like the Lakers comes knocking, get ready to hop on their boat. The Lakers' target this season is Carmelo Anthony, and they're reportedly hunting the league veteran with all their might. For starters, Melo was picked from the same draft that introduced LeBron James to the world, so it's no doubt that he's just as good on the court. He may not be the man he was 5 years ago when he played for the Knicks, but he certainly still has some moves that the Lakers could make really good use of. Even if he had no basketball left in him, the Lakers still have a good reason to pick him. According to an NBA reporter, Melo joining the Lakers wouldn't be a surprise, she wrote. Since high school, he and James have been best friends and two of the greatest players in the NBA. With Melo now 37 and LeBron 36, the two could team up in LA so Melo can finally go out with a ring of his own. The Lakers have a genuine interest in Anthony, so he may or may not retire with the Portland Trail Blazers. CJ McCollum, Portland Trail Blazers. If the Trail Blazers had to pick between McCollum and Lillard, I guess we'd have to say goodbye to McCollum. He's an excellent player and other teams will certainly want him on their side of the court. The Dallas Mavericks are a team that could become interested in CJ McCollum due to his ability to be effective in a variety of ways. Not only will this offer McCollum a fresh start, but it will also help him show his potential and how well he can push a team forward. Kevin Love, Cleveland Cavaliers. Love may have had a tough season, but he's likely to be a big draw on the trade block this summer. The Cavaliers are expected to explore trade possibilities for Kevin Love this offseason, and there are at least 5 teams that would love to have him on board: the Los Angeles Clippers, Miami Heat, New Orleans Pelicans, Philadelphia 76ers, and Portland Trail Blazers. Love will most likely go with the Portland Trail Blazers as he has always wanted to be on the team. Damian Lillard, Portland Trail Blazers. I saved the best for last. With the Portland Trail Blazers ousted in the first round of the playoffs for the 5th time in the last 7 years, the franchise knew changes needed to be made. Following Stott's exit, there could be a shakeup to Portland's roster this offseason. The best guess, according to rumors, is Damian Lillard. Lillard has made 6 All-NBA teams and has emerged among the top 10 in MVP voting 5 times during his 9-year career with the Portland Trail Blazers. When asked about the state of the Blazers, Lillard did not have much to say. His response was, "I have no comment about anything." He eventually gave up some information during his post-game press conference after the Blazers' Game 6 loss to the Denver Nuggets that ended their season. In his words, "I don't know what a shakeup looks like or what changes will be made or could be made, but obviously as is, it wasn't good enough. We came up short against a team without their starting point guard and shooting guard, Will Barton and Jamal Murray. Obviously, where we are isn't good enough to win a championship. If it's not good enough to get out of a first-round series with 2 of their best 3 or 4 players not on the floor, there is no doubt that if Lillard becomes available, he will become the hottest name on the NBA market." According to reports, the Knicks are monitoring the Damian Lillard drama with the Portland Trail Blazers shortly after it became a public record that the star point guard might want out of Dodge. However, Lillard could end up in hypothetical trade packages that could take him out to the Los Angeles Lakers, Los Angeles Clippers, or even the Miami Heat. That's a wrap for today's video, guys. Keep the comments active and let us know what trade you want to happen. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and turn on post notifications for this channel. We have more amazing content for you.